Hi there, my name is Mariana, and I'm the owner and principal real estate broker for Windium.com, Windium Real Estate. And this is my friend Ufuk, who is a financial investment guru. As you can tell, real estate investment, there is the word investment in it. So I would like to approach real estate as part of your overall financial portfolio and wealth management and a good snapshot of where you are financially and where are you going. So when I'm discussing any kind of real estate investment with you, whatever you like to buy, a condo or a house or a business opportunity or a commercial building, I like to take a good look. I like to take a step back and understand where you are financially completely and how is this going to make the most sense to you. And that's why it's fantastic to have a highly qualified person to have my back for everything else that is not real estate investment. And I would like to introduce you to this wonderful person. Please tell us about yourself because, oh my God, he's so impressive.
Oh, that's you actually. Thank you, Mariana, for this very nice introduction. My name is Ufuk Ince. I'm an investment advisor and a partner at Eagle Harbor Asset Management, right next door here. And we manage portfolios and wealth management services is what we provide over there to our clients. I'm an academic as well. I have a master's degrees and a Ph.D. in finance, and also I'm a CFA charter holder. And this is my passion. This is what I do. But as I do my work, which is wealth management, an important component of wealth is, of course, a real estate component is there, and that's where I'm able to get expertise for Mariana.
Yeah, I'm really impressed that he has a double master's and a PhD and a teacher because I think so much about this is relaying the information we know. We both love information. That's what we do. Data is what it is for us. And then we have to be able to relay that information for you to make better decisions. So that is why I like to discuss where the market is today, because before you purchase something as a real estate investment or before you diversify your portfolio with so many products that he can offer, oh my God, all the things he can offer, you have got to talk to him because he can talk for hours literally about the options you have. So you have to let him in to interview you and give you the best choices. And where this comes in is that I like him to tell me where is the more local market is. Before you invest in Seattle or anywhere near Seattle, you need to know how are the companies are doing around here because so much of our decisions depending on what the local employers do, where their life expectancy for any of these companies are, what's going on. And I like to hear from him that where are we today, where are we headed, what's happening, and I incorporate that in my real estate advisory, knowing that you're gonna have a stable job here and we are living in an amazing place. So take it away.
Oh, yeah, sure. So as part of our portfolio creation and investment service, we of course tend to analyze individual companies. That's what we pick and put in our portfolios. So that's our expertise where we create these portfolios. And of course, that will require us to dive deep into a company's financials and their operations and just try to learn everything that we can about those companies and as well as industries. And of course, at the very top of the food chain, there is the macroeconomic situation, the economy of the country as well as the global economy. So almost like peeling the onion.
Yep.
And we go to the micro level where we see an individual company. So these individual companies that are locally known, of course, they're very important for the local economy, that keep the economy vibrant, and I'm sure has a big impact on the real estate market as well.
Indeed.
Yeah, so our region is blessed with several very well-run companies that some of which are in technology, but some of others are in more mundane industries. But when I look at these companies, each and every of them has something very special, very unique that they bring to the table. So that makes our region economy so vibrant. If you just take one by one, Boeing, for example, right? So number one worldwide aerospace company that was involved in sending 12 Americans to the moon, and ever since active in defense. aerospace, and all kinds of other areas that are employing thousands of people in our area. So they are clearly number one worldwide in their areas of activities. You can think of again a little bit more mundane industry that in our portfolios we don't tend to go into a lot, like airlines. Commercial airlines are not very profitable. In fact, in their entire lifetime of existence in the US, commercial airlines have not turned a profit in total.
Wow.
But then Alaska Airlines comes in and they have a unique touch and such customer loyalty that they really stand out. I would probably argue among the top 10 airlines in the US, they are probably either number one or number two, depending on when you are measuring.
Wow, good to know.
Yeah.
And they are here in Seattle. Yay.
Exactly. And they're expanding and they're competing, and they are not looking like they're going to be acquired by other companies. They like to stand independent, truly homegrown, and it's amazing how much customer loyalty you can sense when you fly with an Alaska airline flight. So again, in a boring, mundane industry, a very standout operating company. I don't have to say much about Amazon, right? It has been around for 20 years. Started from almost nothing, just an internet website selling books to where it is right now.
Yeah.
Huge run there, and I'm sure.
Keep going. They keep expanding. They still have over 8,000 job openings here in Seattle. So just because they're opening another headquarters, understand it. They're growing worldwide. They need more space. They need more headquarters to also benefit those markets. So I have a strong feeling that we can benefit from our long term from Amazon, right? Still here.
Absolutely.
So many jobs. Okay.
Are there any companies that you run into frequently with your client base that you hear about, or you see people coming to work here? Any others?
The largest companies are doing the larger hiring. So it's still Microsoft and Google expanding, and Facebook have moved here, and Nintendo and Expedia, and we got Starbucks. Oh my God, the list continues. And I think so many of them has the loyalty to the Seattle market. There are so many employees are here who have families here who invested, and I think this is how I see it, is that it's always a connection. Companies cannot make individual decisions based on profit margin alone, because so much of employee loyalty is about the quality of life, and quality of life is outside of your work in so many cases. Where you're gonna live, can you go hiking, are there nice restaurants, where are your friends live? Life comes first. So I believe that the higher educated and demanding clientele and employees who live around here are going to encourage these companies to stay in areas where they want to live. So I think this area is definitely expanding, and more of the global markets see Seattle as an up-and-coming city. We have amazing builders coming in from Hong Kong and Canada and all over, who's bringing money here to purchase commercial real estate, to build new condominiums. Like First Light, for example, is breaking ground in the spring of 2019, and they really believe that we are just at the verge of growing as a city. So that when I hear that these global investors have such high opinion of this town, and they think that we are just beginning, we are like teenagers, we're going to just grow up here very soon. I want to be part of that growth. I want to be here for that. Like, what do you think of these companies? Their numbers, where are they headed? Where are they now? Where are they headed?
Yeah, I mean, as you said, this is our city is becoming a major hub for technology and biotechnology. Again, even regular, more traditional companies, more mundane industries. Another one I can name is Costco. It's a local area headquartered, but worldwide or even a US-wide company that, again, stands out in a pretty simple industry with its very unique and positive treatment of its employees.
Yeah.
If you look at satisfaction of retail workers at Costco, you see a huge difference between them and their main competitors.
Right.
In terms of how happy they are. You can actually sense from their demeanor and smiles that they are happy to be there. because of the way the company not just watches for profits, but also treats their employees as a major stakeholder in their success. And I think that shows.
And that's what it is, like a higher quality of life. You don't live in Seattle and aim low. Like everybody here, it has a higher standard because you surround yourself with people who are educated and who are accomplished, and they pull you in every possible way, and that's going to come with these kind of results. Like you create an environment and a culture where you want to be. So it's always up to us. What companies or what would you see that could be not hitting the mark around here? Like, is there anything that other than our traffic jams that's great, like which is growing? That's because more people moving in and we can't expand roads. So other than that, where are we? What do you think?
Well, in terms of economic cycle, I think we are still on the uprise here, and we just mentioned these bigger companies, but of course, the biggest hidden growth is
Small.
the next layer, and even the startup level, right? You have all these different layers. So we have also the middle group where you have medium-sized enterprises that are a big part of our economy, and then a huge startup culture, of course. And with startups, it's very common that they will be around, and then more than half will fail, sometimes even more.
Right.
So we have that sort of turnover, but because of the way the market here is so intense and so condensed, and there's this big demand for this highly qualified employees, as you said, 8,000 openings.
Yeah, 8,000.
With Amazon.
Or more for
So
Amazon.
that makes a very vibrant market. But we are not detached from the U.S. economy. So when the U.S. economy at some point slows down or goes into a recession, oftentimes that's what happens to us too, maybe with some lag. And the real estate market probably experiences similar cycles. But I think looking at the past several cycles, we tend to be slightly better off than the rest of the country.
Right, I agree to that. There's always a delay with anything. And because we have such strong employers here who are paying a lot of money for the educated workforce, and such a desired place to be, it's supply and demand, people. You're going to pay for it. I'm not seeing a slowing down. And indeed, it is very cyclical, and I have other videos that talk about that. How do you see 2019? Like, what's your feeling about 2019? What's going to happen?
We actually are pretty optimistic about 2019, and all the turbulence or volatility that we see right now, we do not think have much to do with fundamentals.
Okay.
People look at the bull market that has gone on for 10 years and the expanding economy that has been going on for nearly 10 years, and that's historically a very long stretch of time without a downturn. So people tend to, just because of that statistical outlier, they tend to get a little bit nervous. But when the fundamentals kick in and the numbers come out and everything is still looking good, people then shake that and continue running the upward cycle, which 2019 is for us not a problem. We can pretty much see until mid-2020, we do not see any recession coming, and just ride the economy as it goes up.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good news to end 2018 with, don't you think?
Yeah, and as you see, we are also a very sunny city. So
like, it's beautiful, right, for December.
Yeah.
So I thank you so much for that insight. And what we're going to do is we're going to check on the market, like every quarterly at least, because there is much to say. So it's good for me to know that it's going to be a good year in 2019 again.
Yeah, so if there are any changes, we'll report on that.
And with that, thank you so much for your time and for listening. And you're going to find his information and mine on my YouTube channel.
Thank you.
Happy New Year!